Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading for one of my replete clients and his new relationship. So I've read for him in the past in other situations or another situation. I'm going to begin with the King of Fire, although he is a Capricorn, if I remember correctly. Perhaps the new feminine or female is a fire sign, or this could be representing the divine masculine, as the King of Fire is the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot. This can also be representing the planet Mars itself. Mars actually entered Scorpio today, December 9th. So he is very active today, the masculine planet of love. In any case, the King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. Okay, Seven of Air popping up. Plans that need revision. There's more going on than meets the eye and possible poor timing. The Seven of Air, as he would know, some of you may, is or represents an energy of joy stealing and joy stealers for me. It's a card of distrust, of theft, of deceit. But the other card, too, which I was opening, is the Star, a much happier card. The Star with Archangel Jophiel. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. The Star represents the sign of Aquarius or the air sign, Gemini, Libra. King of Fire. And Balance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. As the King of Fire may too. Or other fire sign. It can be other fire sign. In the tarot, it is Sagittarius. Balance is Temperance. The need to balance, or need for balance rather, and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Balance is a very healing energy for me. Very quote unquote karmic, as in of the universe, not in as in a derogatory term. King of Fire. The Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. But also the Moon with Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. The Moon represents the sign of Pisces or other water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, and can be about things that we don't know, either because the universe hasn't revealed them or somebody on this plane has not revealed them, not necessarily for malicious reasons. Sometimes stuff just doesn't come up and it's not our time to know. But all that's done in the dark, as they say, comes to light always. And it's the Three of Fire. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. Overall energy is the Page of Water. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly is the Page of Water. A new person enters your life. So this could be representing the new relationship. A relationship begins a new phase, and also heightened psychic abilities are represented by this card. The Page of Water, if it's a person or when it's a person, is a Pisces for me, as is the Moon, right? The Moon represents Pisces too in the tarot. But can also be, a Cancer or Scorpio or anybody taking on those attributes. I think it's the overall energy in this reading. Again, though, it represents this new relationship. Masculine, the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. Nice. Surrounded by the Page of Air, who is logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. The Page of Air is a Gemini, or perhaps other air sign, Libra, Aquarius. And in the masculine subconscious, it's the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo or other earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So guidance for the masculine to go within and learn more about himself. He will be his own teacher and student. There's enlightenment necessary. That's probably why the moon showed up too. There's something that he doesn't know that he needs to, but he's going to have to look into it a bit and also rely on intuition. Feminine, speaking of the moon, it is back. The moon, Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. There is something that needs to come out here. Maybe a page of air, a Gemini or somebody like that will drop it on you guys. You have, not only was I feeling things about the moon and was moved to mention it before turning that card over, you have a 9 and a 9 mirroring one another. So that can be a sign of, it's like death and rebirth, the end of an old phase and the birth of something new, which again would go with the page of water. I went to pick up the page of water. The card underneath it did not turn up. That remained covered, but it's the page of earth. And what was revealed to me here is the Queen of Air, whose objective decision-making and good at clearing away all that no longer serves her, also seeing the humor in the situation. She sits here atop the star, which also represents air signs. There can be, I think there is definitely an air sign involved in this, impactful upon this union somehow. Also upright underneath those two is the World with Archangel Michael, which is another indication of something old and dead that needs to be let go of. It hasn't completely been necessarily yet, and the universe might be helping you to do that now. So to, again, give way for something new and better to come into your life. Surrounding the feminines, the Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. This is the energy of being able to both give and receive for me. It represents like unconditional love in all its forms, whether it be between strangers or romantic partners. It's giving freely of oneself and receiving freely too, without the, like, why do you want to do something for me? What's up with this? And, without the guard, without the agenda, just genuine. Also represents the planet Venus for me in both of her elements, air with the Libra, the scales here, and also earth, Taurus. And the feminine subconscious, the Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Maybe again, there's something that needs to come out. And you might have to look into it further, delve into it. Perhaps by going within. Crowning. It's the Eight of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things are happening at once. That can be about communication too. Again, maybe this is something that needs to come out, because here's another sign of it. Perhaps it's the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. So again, about some sort of truth possibly needing to come out, needing to be revealed, or you coming to a realization, right? Recognizing a truth from within, perhaps. And they say a challenging beginning. I always say it's a beginning nonetheless, so I don't really count that it's a challenging beginning, but it's like after having gone through, some possible trials and tribulations, or likely trials and tribulations, maybe like the energy of the world, or what the world comes through to help one with. After all that's over, now you're getting the new beginning. That's when the Ace of Air shows up. It's also a card of major victory. And like the page is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. At the heart of the matter, the king of water, who is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. This could again be Mars in Scorpio, or maybe an actual person that's impactful upon this union as a court card. A Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, like the moon represents. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which in my opinion is love, because it's again about giving freely of oneself without agenda. We'll see what else we can get out of these cards by adding romance angel oracle cards to them. Beginning with chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And opening to religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Chemistry. It's safe for you to love. Go ahead and open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Safe for you to love. And playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this is like dropping your baggage. And if you have to go within to work on clearing it away, do that. Cut it away with the Ace of Air sword, maybe, so that you can be a more, come from a more lighthearted place. Like a, perhaps, page of earth, right? This would be like the more youthful of the earth element, more Virgo-like than Capricorn, perhaps. Or like the page of water, Pisces, right? As opposed to Scorpio, which is a much more mature and fixed sign. Playfulness. And playfulness yet again. I'll go one more. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Playfulness. I'm going to cut. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. The overall energy is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Atop the Two of Water, engagements. Both of these cards are about the same thing. They really belong together, right? A relationship that continues to grow closer, right? It's elevating, and your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Atop the Page of Air, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. You may need to, again, go within, to consider and think about some truths. Atop the Hermit is attraction, which is all about the law of attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So fully engaging. And if you need to come to some sort of understanding or enlightenment about yourself first in order to do that, then do that. That's like the healthiest way to put out the appropriate energy that you want to receive in return. Atop the Moon. And I saw this as I was shuffling too. I said, there's still something or someone is still bound here in this situation. And I think it's attached to fear, probably fear of the unknown, fear of moving on, maybe. It might be subconscious, because again, the Moon is about important psychic insights and events behind the scenes, but also the need to release fears that hold you back. And codependency is about the fact that addictions are affecting your romantic life. These can be any, person, places, or thing upon which you have, or with which you have like a toxic connection, relationship, attachment, negative cords of attachment, negative emotions upon which you sort of grown dependent. Again, even if it's like in the subconscious kind of way, and there's a need to heal one's energy when that comes up and cut cords. Here atop the 6 of Earth is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So they're very much connected also to that law of attraction too. What we put out is what we're going to give back. I think positive, I get positive. And it's about that, right? Giving and receiving. So I think it, I send it out into the world for others, I get it back in return. Giving and receiving. Atop the 7 of Water, which represents the planet Neptune for me. I don't think I mentioned that. And having one's head in the clouds, perhaps. Mind very foggy, mental clutter. Having multiple options, it can be about. Needing to make a choice, a decision. Top that is let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. So rooted in letting go of control issues and crowned by codependency, would definitely say that there are some sort of cords, again, negative cords of emotion and or attachment here. Crowning atop the 8 of Fire. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So this can be a different kind of relationship for yourself or for her or for both. And we want to remain positive about that. That, different doesn't mean, it's not a derogatory term. It doesn't mean something negative, right? Opposites attract first and foremost. Atop the Ace of Air. I was just talking to some friends actually in a vegan and vegetarian Facebook group. And most of them were choosing these emojis representing, I didn't even tell you what we were talking about. It was this meme. And you had to select emojis in order to indicate like what your height was. And most were choosing like the first one was shrimp. That was the shortest one, right? It was the shrimp emoji. But most people were choosing these emojis that indicated they were very small. And I said like, wow, like vegans and like the vegans are tiny. And then, so this guy says, oh, I know a tall one. And I'm like, well, at least there's one out there. And then he goes on to say that he knows that in general, women like height. And I said, well, I'm going to respond, but I know I'm different. I'm strange, even weird. So I'm like 5'8", and I told him, I said, my first boyfriend, not the real boyfriend, I was only like 12 to 14. I had this non-sexual, of course, relationship with a guy that we called Little Joey, because he was tiny. I think he had some, if I remember correctly, he had some sort of like growth hormone. He lacked growth hormone. He may have had a kidney problem too. I'm trying to remember. In any case, he was very, very small. And I was taller than him a good bit. That never bothered me. My divine masculine is not a tall man either. And I may be taller than him. I never even noticed if I am or not. He may be 5'7", 5'8" too. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. But my point was, I don't care. And it's a difference. And opposites attract. So this talks about differences in a way that it's like it has to convince you, is what I get from this card. But I don't think that that's really the case. When we're worried about what other people think, then it's the case. Then we have to worry about our soulmate or anybody else differing from our usual type, because somebody else may say something. If we're concerned with that, that's when it's an issue. But, otherwise it's not, at least in my opinion. Atop this Ace of Air, and perhaps the need to cut some cords, having to do with some past relationships, not necessarily romantic. It can be healing family issues, but family issues can include exes, especially if we have children with them, or if we had a long relationship with them and they became sort of, installed in our family, even though they're not a member by blood. it can apply to them too. And on top of being atop the Ace of Air, I say the Ace of Air is here to, cut through some crap and cut some cords and cut some people off and whatever it has to do to help you to heal family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. It's anybody who is so impactful upon you that literally, like, you can't go on. Your love life is being stifled. Your life is being stifled. It's not, whole or complete. There's something going on, there's a codependent situation, or there's an imbalance or something somewhere that's preventing you from moving on. It's become a block. You have to heal that. And my opinion, I mean, you may know other ways, and if you do, you should absolutely employ them. But my opinion is that tends to be two ways. One is to repair the relationship if you can, and the other is to cut it off and to walk away if you cannot. Who it is, regardless of who it is. Unfortunately, sometimes. And at the heart of the matter, atop the King of Water, right? The King of Love and Emotion. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So further advice for you here is, the Sun with Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. This is also an indication that if you are the one that needed to come into that enlightenment, that needed information, or, it could be attributed to both of you, but you're getting some answers. When the Sun shows up in the same spread, essentially, as the Moon, light has been shown on the situation. Okay, so you'll get that enlightenment that you need if you have confidence in yourself. The Sun represents in the tarot, it represents the sign of Sagittarius, yet again, similar to Temperance or like Temperance. But as far as people are concerned, a lot of people are concerned, it represents the sign of Leo, because Earth's star, the Sun, rules Leo. Also, it can be Aries just as easily, and be coming through here again as Mars, especially being number 19, Major Arcana card number 19. For the feminine, it's card number 15, Ego or the Devil, which absolutely represents your sign, Capricorn. A false sense of entrapment. It also represents this, though, and I think she's got this going on, right, with the codependency and the control issues and the healing family issues. There's some cords, again, that need to be cut, and it could be cut to fear, too. A false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. Ego is the devil in the traditional tarot, but it does represent the sign of Capricorn, and perhaps even the planet Saturn, which rules Capricorn, which can be it's a very restrictive energy that it tends to put out. From the romance angels to you, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So again, maybe wanting to be more Virgo-like than Capricorn-like, as it relates to love and approaching new love and enjoying the moment and all that kind of stuff. You attract more romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. That's how you're going to keep it coming. And to the feminine, wow, yeah, she's definitely got cords to cut. All right, this is like our 5th indication of that. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So add that to this, the 7 of Water, and let go of control issues, the Devil, codependency, healing family issues, a reminder that it's safe for you to love, the need to keep an open mind. There's a need to release a whole bunch of something that's been holding you back, to cut it off, like the Ace of Air would. Cut through it. Or if it's something within that you know what it is, something that needs to be said, something that needs to be gotten off your chest in order to move forward in a relationship with someone, to heal a family issue, whatever, then just come out and say it. Drop it on them like a Gemini, or maybe you want to wait until after. Speaking of Gemini, perhaps, I don't know. maybe since the page of air can also be about the need to wait and delays, maybe you want to wait until after Mercury retrograde is over, so you choose the best words. So that would be the 22nd of December, if you can hold out until then. In the meantime, just work on yourself. Prayer, meditation, asking the universe, asking the angels, asking God, and whatever you believe, to help you to release these negative emotions, toxic energy that surrounds you. I hope that you enjoy your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, angels.